DC Comics recently revealed the details about their upcoming Absolute DC universe. Now, what exactly is the Absolute DC universe? Well, it's supposed to be a brand new DC universe, and it's also supposed to be a new line of DC books featuring unique new versions of the classic DC characters that we are familiar with. It very much feels like a response to the success of Marvel's new Ultimate Universe relaunch. While DC Comics have traditionally had many great Elseworlds titles, they have never attempted a proper line of books set in an Elseworlds universe, which marks this as an extremely ambitious and unique project for the entire company. As for the universe reason for the creation of the Absolute Universe, DC revealed that this is a new world born from Darkseid's energy and that the heroes of this world will not have the traditional luxuries that we usually associate with them, which will force them to be rougher versions of the heroes that we are familiar with, and they will also be more tough against crime, which should be kind of interesting to see. DC's Absolute Universe also serves as a fantastic new starting point for newcomers, which I would say is probably one of their main goals for this initiative. This is a brand new world with no prior history, and all you need to do is start with issue 1 of the books that interest you, and you'll be good to go. Admirable, but I feel like it makes less sense for DC than Marvel because Marvel has never actually rebooted their entire universe, whereas DC has done that many times in an effort to provide new starting points for new generations, and more often than not, it hasn't really worked that well. But that brings up something important, and I feel like this is important to clarify. This is not a reboot. This is simply the launch of a new alternative DC universe that will coexist with the classic DC universe line of books, and it all starts with the DC All In special in October, which will introduce readers to the brand new status quo for the regular DC universe while also offering us a glimpse of the new Absolute Universe. Now, let's take a look at the books that have been announced so far to get an idea of how the Absolute Universe heroes will differ from their classic counterparts. Up first, we have Absolute Batman from Scott Snyder and Nick Dracoda. Aside from his unique bulky look that instantly had people talking and memeing, this will be a Batman without the riches or the mansion that we traditionally associate with Batman. While Alfred exists in this universe, he won't be the butler who raised Bruce Wayne and will instead be a MI6 agent who comes into contact with Bruce Wayne after he becomes Batman. In this universe, Batman will be a normal Gotham City engineer who creates his own superhero suit to fight crime. I'm not a fan of the huge bat symbol, but I like the overall working class vibe of the outfit. Next, we have Absolute Wonder Woman by Kelly Thompson and Hayden Sherman. This will be a Diana who wasn't raised on Paradise Island, a Diana without any sisters, a Diana who lacks her usual mission of peace. Without all of that, what kind of Wonder Woman will she be? That's the question this series will attempt to unpack. This Diana grew up in the underworld and she will also be a witch in addition to being a warrior, which sounds really cool. I love her design and her weird skeleton Pegasus, I think. It's being said that she'll be the first official superhero of the Absolute Universe, which should be a good idea, hopefully. Up next, we have Absolute Superman by Jason Aaron and Rafa Sandoval. What kind of Superman do you get if you have a Superman who grew up without a home or a family or without a fortress of solitude? Will he still be a hero and the beacon of hope we think of him as? Well, that's what Absolute Superman is going to attempt to answer. This is the Superman who's a little more raw and angry, and with a new connection to Earth, with part of his costume constituting his connection to the Krypton of his world. Other than those three, we were also recently made aware of Absolute Flash by Jeff Lemire and Nick Robles, which will star Wally West, who will become the Flash without any apparent ties to Barry Allen. No details have been revealed other than the idea that the Speed Force may be a malevolent force in this universe. The fifth and most recently announced title is Absolute Green Lantern by Al Ewing and Jack Noy Lindsay. It's going to be a complete reimagining of the Green Lantern mythos, even if details are scarce at the moment. It will have an ensemble cast, including characters like Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, and Joe Mullen. And those are all of the books that have been announced so far, which will be set in the new Absolute Universe. All of the announced books will be ongoing series that will slowly launch starting October and continue on to 2025. And DC has teased that there will be more titles to come in 2025, which will be set in the new Absolute Universe. The Absolute Universe will be part of an overarching story which will happen in synergy with the main DC universe. So I feel like it's a safe bet that these characters will eventually meet the main universe versions. I am still a little hesitant about the idea of DC doing an entire alternate universe line of books, but I'm also open to new refreshing takes on these characters, so I'll give it a chance. A lot of these books have incredible creative teams that I'm excited about, and I feel like DC Comics have been struggling for a while as they've not had anything new or exciting to shake things up. And I thought that they needed something like that to shake things up. And I feel like if this is executed right, this absolute universe could be the thing they need to do that. And if possible, they could also end up creating something that can provide long term success for them. I hope it goes well.